Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Winning Mondays with Keller Williams Malaysia. My name is Mariah. I'm the regional training coordinator here, and I'm excited to be with you guys on a Monday. Okay, so I want to say a big hello to everyone on Zoom. Hello, hello. Thank you for logging in. I hope more people will come. Ask your friends to come. And hi to everyone on Facebook Live. Please join us and share and like our post so we can get more people on. And of course, in Ripful Puchong, hello guys, hello team over there. Glad you guys are always meeting up to connect. Okay, so today we have a really fun session today because we have multiple guests. We have a lot of guests today. I'm excited. We're going to be talking about strategies to consistently close deals month after month. Okay, so how to be consistent in your business. So, before we get to our guests, I want to do our poll. We always have a poll every week. This poll is like also one of those super, sometimes the poll is very complicated, a lot of questions and very complicated. I have to think a lot. This one's very easy, okay? One simple question, only yes, no. All right, so here's your poll question. Have you closed a deal every month since February? Okay, so this is the last 6 months. Have you closed at least one deal, every month since February? The answers are yes or no. Yeah, so we want to see who's actually having those kind of consistent deals, that they're actually closing something every month. Just want to get an idea of how where you guys are all at, right? To see if this is something that is typical, that you would close deal every month, or something that's actually quite a challenge for you all to close a deal every month. Now, I know some of you might have different kind of business, right? So if you're probably just doing land, it's probably tough to close a deal every month. But as opposed to doing rentals, maybe you're more likely to close more often. But let's just get a general overview. Yeah, we can get at least like 60-70% of you answering, it'll be good. Then you guys can also see where you're at in comparison to the rest of the crowd. All right, we're doing well, guys. Let's have another 5-10 seconds and we will close the poll. I want to see what so far it looks. I'm interesting results. All right, another 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're gonna end the poll. Okay, let's take a look at the results together. All right, so 39% of you said yes, you have closed at least one deal every month since February. That's the last 6 months. And 61% of you said no, you have not. So that's interesting. So not less than half of you have been having that kind of consistency in closing deals. That's not bad. At least it's pretty good. All right, so let's move on now and invite our 3 guests to join us. So we have 3 guests. I would like to invite Ashlynn Wong, Vivian Wong, and Alex Lowe to join right now. Hello, Ashlynn. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Alex.
Hi.
Hello, Vivian.
Hi.
Great, I'm so glad. So the reason why I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I had a purpose in inviting the 3 of you to talk on this topic, because the 3 of you I feel are at different stages of the real estate, the agent journey. So I think Vivian, you're quite new, right? You're quite a new agent. You're just just only this year you've been doing business. And Alex is a bit longer, so it's kind of like intermediate. And then Ashlynn has been in the business quite a bit longer, so but still very young. Yeah, so this will be great to get all your perspectives on this topic. Okay, so before we even begin, how about if you can all introduce yourself? Maybe we start with Alex. Do you want to introduce yourself first?
Sure.
How long have you been in the business, and what's your focus area?
Okay, yeah. I'm Alex here. I'm in my 3rd year in real estate, my 2nd year with Keller Williams, and I focus in Taman Desa.
Great. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, how about Vivian?
Morning, everyone. My name is Vivian. I'm a foreigner here. I'm actually from Hong Kong. I'm focused in Wong area. Joined with KW Malaysia for 5 months ago. Very new here.
Very new. So were you with another agency before this, or you
No.
only just started, right?
Just
Okay.
started here.
Yeah. So, right. So you're not even here in February. You here since this poll question.
Yeah.
All right. Cool, cool. Okay, Ashlynn, how about yourself?
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Ashlynn. So I have been in this industry for 7 years, and currently I'm focusing in Jasa Park City.
Nice. Awesome. Great. Okay. So, okay, I'm gonna, I kind of want to, I think everyone would love to hear your story, you know, how have you been closing deals consistently and all that. So I'm going to start with Alex, who's the guy among us. I know he was joking, how come not ladies first? So no, this one is gentlemen's first. Gentlemen get to go first. You get to lead the way. So Alex, can you just share with us your story? I know, so it's been about 2 years, as you mentioned. Yeah, tell us like how your business has progressed over these 2 years. Yeah.
I think I shared a bit in my last session. So yes, yeah, there's a lot of ups and downs. There's a bit of storms and there are a bit of good times. I started in project marketing, doing pretty well. Then there was quite a big market shift where I really struggled and wandered around a little bit. And finally, I transitioned into secondary market in KW Williams. And so now it's more predictable in terms of production and activities. So I can see some consistency in my sub-sale production. So it's been good.
Wow. Okay. So you've become more consistent since joining KW and since going to shifting to sub-sales specifically for you. It's worked out better
for me, yeah.
Interesting. I think everyone has different experience. Very interesting. Okay. And how is your closing actually the past like 3 months, let's say? What's the percent? How has it been? Have you had closing every month? And
yeah, so Mariah, I think you called me at the right time. The past few months, I've been quite blessed. So I think especially beginning May, where I really can see the result coming in. So I had 3 sale in May, and then another 3 in July. And for this month so far, I have 1, and I hope that there will be 1 or 2 more coming in this week.
Nice. Yes, we hope for you as well. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's for the sales part.
That's for the sales. Okay.
Yeah, for rental, it's a little bit more stable. So I have consistently 2 to 3 every month.
Okay. Wow,
yeah.
That's good. So, I mean, you mentioned that earlier you were not so consistent, and now you're having this more consistency. What is the strategy that you're using to create like this flow of consistent closing? How are you doing that?
I think there are things that I can control, and there are things that I probably can't really control, like the sales cycle every year, where in the beginning it might be quite slow, and also at the end of the year, then in the middle things will pick up and you really leverage on the momentum. Okay, so things that I could focus on, or things I can control, one is to focus on my listings. So because I go through coaching under Roland Tan, so one ratio that he always share with us is with at least 30 listings, put it on 3 marketing platforms, you'll probably have at least 1 closing. So I keep that in mind when I do my activities, and I try to have like at least 1 to 3 listing a month. So that's on the listing side. Yeah. Then I also try to maintain like a quality marketing and service to my clients. So
Okay.
this all help.
Wow. Okay. So I see you mentioned this focus about making sure you have new listings consistently every month.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And then your service and marketing, that's important. Of course, that's important, right? How do you get those consistent listings? How are you doing that? How do you find those listings every month?
Yeah. I think tap on resources. I hope everyone know by now that we could actually request for contacts or master list from our market center. It's free. Whether or not they're updated, just try. So that's how I started. And then I started to do regular blasting whenever I need new listings.
Yeah. Regular is how often? Like every week or?
I try to do it at least once a month.
Okay.
But I think, especially when I feel there's a lack of listings and there's a demand from the client side, so I know which condo to get more listings.
I see. So when the listings go down, you want to top up. That's you're kind of looking at it as you want a certain amount of listings. Right. Interesting. Oh, very interesting. Okay. And then, you know, what do you see as the main thing or the one thing that has changed that has brought you your recent success? You know, besides the fact that you mentioned that you changed to sub sale, but anything, yeah, what is that the main thing, or is it something else?
I think it's the consistency. I think which is part
Okay.
of our topic today.
Right.
My consistency in terms of my focus market, which is Taman Desa, somewhere I'm very familiar with. And when I sell or preach, I preach the Taman, sometimes not even the unit. And the other part will be my consistency in the process that I build. Over time, I learn from others and myself. So I will have like certain standard protocol, how to use my technology to make my process simple and effective.
Nice. And like, how did you, okay, so you're more consistent. So how did you come to become consistent? How did you go from not consistent to consistent?
Yeah, so I think I've been through a lot of wandering in mindset and very scattered interests whenever I come across all listings here and there in different places. Then I have coaching, I have experimentation. I think it's when I really see results, I know what works, and I try to stay with it. I can expand, but my focus should still be what works. Yeah.
Right. Okay, cool. I hope everyone listening on the call that maybe some of you can relate to Alex, that, you know, you have been experimenting and trying and maybe failing sometimes, but like I can see your story is quite encouraging, right? That you didn't give up and you're starting to see, you know, it's moving forward now after you become more consistent and you know, keep working hard. It's good. That's awesome. Okay, thank you, Alex, for sharing. Okay, I'm gonna move to Vivian, if you don't mind to share with us. So you're basically a rookie, right? You're like a precious rookie. Yeah, you know, even though you're a rookie though, but you're doing so well. You're doing so well. Can you share with us, like, you know, how you got started in the business?
Okay. I was in the marketing field for 10 years before I joined KW Malaysia.
Okay.
And the reason why I'm joining is like one day I feel like I want to have a change, you know, to something totally different than what I used to do, to learn something new. So property investment is something that I always believe and interested in. That's the main reason why I'm joining Wakefield KW Malaysia.
Wow. And is it really a big change for you? It sounds like
yes.
It's from a marketing
challenge, yes, very fun as well. And I feel quite satisfied when I help my client to find their dream home.
Wow, awesome. You don't feel too crazy?
I think still okay, still manageable.
Still manageable. Okay, that's good. Wow. So how many rentals have you? I know you're mostly focusing on rentals right now, is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Or you're okay. I shouldn't assume. Yeah. How many closings have you had each month since you started? Since you said
in average, around 8 to 10 deals per month.
Wow, crazy. That's amazing. I think do you guys find this surprising on the call that a rookie will have 8 to 10 closings every month? If you are surprised, can you put a 1 in the chat? If you're impressed and you want to give her like a little jiayo. Yeah, let's just encourage Vivian for all her hard work. It's quite amazing to have made that kind of progress. Yeah. So how about, you know, I asked Alex, how does he do it, right? How does he do it? What's his strategy? So I want to ask you the same thing. How did you manage to close so many rentals every month? You know, what is your system that you're using to make this happen?
Okay. I think is, as what Alex mentioned, consistency in generating leads via the online portal iProperty. I guess every agent does that. Providing good service to our tenant and the owner definitely is the key to get more referral client, which leading to more closing as well.
Wow. Okay. So you mentioned some things the same as Alex, you know, having that good quality service and, you know, having the listings up there. And you also mentioned something referrals. So how do you go about getting referrals?
I think referral is like as we all know that I'm focused in Mont Cara area. It's an expatriate area. There is a lot of Japanese and Korean and also expatriate coming into the Mont Cara. So by them, they will do word of mouth. This is how I get most of the the tenant coming in based on the referral as well.
Okay, so the renters coming in are coming through word of mouth. That's great. That's great. Are you mostly are you doing mostly co-agency or you're handling the whole thing?
Both. I'm handling both.
Okay.
Co-agency and also sometimes it's a direct rental deals.
All right. Okay. Okay. Nice. Nice. What do you feel? Because I think you're quite unusual, right? I think most rookies, they will take quite a few months. They haven't even closed any deals. They're really struggling. They don't know how to get started and all that. What do you feel is the main factor of your success, would you say?
Okay, I think definitely it's discipline, a lot of hard work and a game plan as well. You must have to have a game plan to hit your objective. For example, if your goal each month is like closing 10 deals, having said that, it means you need to have at least 20 to 30 appointments per month. It's more depends on how you can improve your conversion rate, like from 30 appointment, then come to higher chances to maybe you can manage to close 10 deals. And then this one maybe it's like 30 appointment, then you can already close 10 deals. So how you can improve your conversion rate of your
Okay, I think the secret then, I'm hearing 30 appointments per month. So how are you doing that? How are you getting appointments?
It's no day off. As long as I got like requests, then I will try to fulfill no matter how much is the rental amount is. Just to get the feeling right. The more appointment that you can have, then the more chances that you can close the deal. It's a number game, how I see it. And I think the most importantly, definitely is the sincere. You are sincerely helping your client to find their dream home and not driven by the commission. This is very important and people do feel it.
Right. So I see. So you're trying to come with a real attitude of just really trying to help them. You mentioned you're very passionate about property, passionate to help people find their home. So you think this is maybe a factor why they feel more comfortable with you?
Yes, yes. And then most of my tenant is also from like me, foreigner here.
Oh,
so,
right.
Yeah, they want to find their home. So for me here is my job to helping them to find their home. So I think the sincere play a very big factor in here.
Wow, well done. Well done. Good job. That's cool that you're able to leverage on maybe the relationally, they will feel like you understand them because you're also an expat coming in. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Okay, thank you for sharing, Vivian. Yeah, we will come back to you, Alex and Vivian. I'm gonna shift now to Ashlynn. Ashlynn, hello, my friend. How so obviously you've been in business a bit longer than 5 months or 2 years. You said 7 years.
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know it's so long actually.
At least 7 years. Yeah.
You must have started like when you're still in high school, right? I think so, in secondary. Wow. So I'm not going to ask you about the whole 7-year progress in your business because I think that might take a while. But maybe you could share with us maybe the past 1 year or so, like how's the progress been in your business, the past 1 year?
I would say since beginning of the year, the business activities have been very consistent, whether in terms of inquiry, viewing, or even closing. It's very consistent. So I've been closing consistently every single month since January this year. Yeah.
Wow, that's great. That's great. So like how many, maybe you could just give more specifically, how many deals have you been closing maybe the past 6 months?
Okay, so from beginning of the year until right now, in my record, it's about 65 since January.
Wow. Okay, not bad.
Yeah, so it's 65, and then of which 85% are actually rental, 15%.
Okay, so you have like a mix. So 85% rental, 15% sales.
Yeah,
that's quite a nice mix. Wow. How about you? How do you manage to get this consistent closings? Yeah, what's your strategy?
it's a combination of what Alex and Vivian said. I could really resonate with them. So for me is that I try to keep things very simple. So what happened is that I focus on listing, getting enough listing, consistently getting enough listing. And because we have enough listing, right, that will create a domino effect that leads to more inquiries and then more viewings and more closings. Yeah, it's simple as that.
Wow. Okay. So I think we should be like the broken record. We're hearing over and over, focus on listings, get those listings up there. Then we can have it will create the consistency because of more interest. It's very good. So how do you get those listings? I think that's the other question everybody will have is that, okay, I know I want to focus on listings, but how do you do that? How do you get the listings?
Okay, so for me, because I'm working in Desa Park City, so there are currently about 22 different gardens there. So definitely I can't be working alone. So what happened is I actually have a Jessie. I actually have a partner. Yeah, so we work very closely together. So she take care of the listing, and then I take care of the buyer, the tenant, the co-agent. So that's how we. Yeah, because there's one person do everything, right? Because we are really conquering the whole Desa Park City. So right now we have about 90% of the active listing in Desa Park City. Yeah. So
wait, seriously? You're having them, the 90% of the active list. Wow.
Correct. Yeah. So that's how we take listing very seriously. Yeah. So that's how we work together. Yeah, so she focused on listing, I focus on buyer. But of course, there are times where things will be overlap. Yeah, but that's okay.
Right. Yeah, you can support each other. How? We should probably have Jessie on here to find out how she gets those things. Never mind.
So for listing is that for listing is we still pretty much doing a lot of prospecting. And yeah, so consistently call them, build very good
calling. Okay.
Owner, and then from there also we get like repeat client and also referral, because what happened is that in Desa Park City there are a lot of existing owners. They have multiple units within the same township. Yeah, so once they deal with us, they like us, so they will keep on giving us their listing or even refer friends. Yeah, so as
since you mentioned this, like having 90 to 95% of the active listings, how long did it take you to get that level of market share?
So for me, is that because my partner Jessie has been there for many years, for 5-6 years. So I also leverage on her. So she has been building all this database for the last 5 years on the listing side. So right now we are also working more on the the tenant, the buyer side, because we know that a lot of tenant, once the end of the tenancy, they would eventually become buyer as well. So that's also one area that we can tap into. Yeah, so it's a combination of both, I would say, prospecting, marketing, and then after that, it becomes a word of mouth, a repeat client referral.
Right. So all your hard work pays off once you get there with the strong database. Yeah. So I mean, you mentioned that it cannot be done by one person, right? So you mentioned that you each take your different role. I'm sure it gets very hectic, right? Like, how do you actually manage all these even if you're just doing the buyer side or the renting, how do you actually manage all these deals at the same time and still ensure the quality?
Yeah, it is a lot. So I think we are quite blessed to be able to work together with some co-agents that are really, really good. So actually, our closings, there are a lot of closings that are referred by the same person. So they know us, and then that's how we work together. Yeah, right, so
that helps.
Let's say for a few deals, they are like this. I have Jessie, then myself and co-agent. We work hand in hand together, and also because we are just focusing in one area, so it doesn't take too much time to travel from east to west. So that's the perks of being focused in one area.
Nice. Yeah, okay. I'm seeing also, I'm getting a small aha. I mean, it should have been obvious to me earlier, but all of you are very focused on an area. Like you're not all over the place. Like you're just, I'm just going to be here, and it's helping you, I think, also to get that consistency. And Ashlynn, I like how you mentioned you even have, you know, you'll work with the same clients over and over, so that it's probably a lot faster to go ahead and to do all those things. That's great. Okay, thank you guys for sharing your stories. I have some questions I'm going to ask kind of all of you to all give your perspective on. Yeah, so last week we talked about lead generation, you know, prospecting versus marketing. I would like to know, how are you all finding your leads? Yeah, how are you getting your leads basically to get this consistent flow? I know you mentioned, all of you mentioned a bit about prospecting. Is that I want to know, do you prefer prospecting more than marketing? You know, are you doing both? I would just love to hear how your experience is. Maybe we can come back to Alex. Yeah, can you share with us on how is your lead generation being done?
Yeah. So on the listing side, I still do WhatsApp blasting using KW Activate because that worked for me. Then on the buyer side, it will mainly be from the portals like iProperty and Property Guru. Yeah, though I would like to leverage more on my database soon and do more prospecting.
Right. That's good. Okay. How about you, Vivian? What are you finding?
Okay, I think for myself, by referral, existing talent owner,
Right.
property, and also from co-agent as well. Marketing is more like a generating leads, whereby prospecting is more like a networking based, you know, networking with agent, with existing talent, with owner. For myself, I rely on both of them.
Right. And which ones, like from both of you, what do you find most effective? Like you mentioned the referrals, Vivian, is that the one that's the most effective? Like you will, like easier to get the appointment?
Yeah. Okay. For referral, I think can be both sides, can be a tenant side and also can be an owner side. Owner can refer another owner, whereby you get more listing, and in a way, tenant will also refer their friends and family come and find you, especially foreigner. You know, they want to find a trusted agent. So I think referral is happen in both sides as well in this case.
Right. Nice. So just to come back to you, Alex, you mentioned those few items that you're doing. Which one do you find most effective, or is it kind of balanced between the three?
I think my appointments now are quite frequent, and they are coming from the marketing side, the portals. So naturally, that's where I'm spending more time. But on the prospecting, yeah, KW Activate has been working. I get replies no matter how old are the contacts. And when I reply to the messages, or when I meet up with the owners, is then when I build relationships. So I have owners who we started with a rental in Taman Desa. Then she told me she also has a landed for rent in PJ, and I rented it out for her family. Then she also has like one in Kelana Jaya for sale, so I also have her to advertise. So it can be also pretty client focused. But I know my focus area still, but I built that relationship on the prospecting side.
Right. Nice. Appreciate that. And how much are you spending, would you say, on lead generating? I don't know if do you keep track of that kind of thing?
Yeah, I was just looking into my numbers. So I think average I'm spending about 800 to 1,000 ringgit a month.
Okay.
I think it's not too bad. So it's mainly from my KW Activate subscription, and from deductions of my portal credits.
Right. Nice. How about you, Vivian? How much are you spending, do you find?
Around almost same as Alex, 1,000 to 1,500 per month.
Oh, okay. Oh, very interesting. I think people love to hear all this to get an idea what others are doing. Okay, so how about you, Ashlynn? Like, how are you doing your lead generation? And yeah, are you relying more on prospecting or more on marketing, etc.?
Okay, I would say on the listing side is still very much more on prospecting first. And then on the buyer side, how we get a buyer list, the tenant inquiries is more on marketing. and also word of mouth. Yeah, so just don't underestimate, like there are times where, the rental is very small and somewhere you have to co-broke with another agent. But what happened is it eventually turned like a chain effect. It turned into more and more closing, like a snowball. So what happened is that I've been experiencing, like last month was very, very peak. It was the most peak period in the Park City. What happened is that actually I didn't work on a lot of different individual leads. So what happened is that actually all my closings are from the a handful of core agents that keep on referring business to us. And then what happened is that when we close the deal, their client like our service, so keep on referring their friends. It's like getting more and more.
Wow.
Yeah, so from the same, so imagine you do that for one agent and then another agent. So actually, I don't need a lot of, like it's good to have more leads, but actually just by focusing them and because you close one and then it become more word of mouth, right? So the conversion for the subsequent closing is very, very solid.
Wow. Wait,
one small rental.
Even though it wasn't a big income, but it's snowballed.
Correct. And also, like beginning of the year, January, February, some of my tenant, I think my tenant 99% are expatriate actually. So they started to, they signed a 1-year lease, so beginning of the year. So now it's about 8 to 9 months already. So they have the intention to buy. So right now they are starting to ask you questions regarding the mortgage, how's the financing like. They started to plan. Really, yeah. So that's the relationship that you build, even though it's a very small rental, right? But it eventually snowball. And then what happened is that they are looking at residential, some they are looking at, like probably starting a business. So they started to ask about, hey, how about the commercial? And then they have friends that refer to us, right? Yeah. So I think that's a big aha for me as well, like to really, don't underestimate the power of just one lead, even if it's a small one. You cannot imagine like how far or how big a small rental can go. It can turn into a really big transaction and volume, just because you serve this person wholeheartedly,
right?
They can really, especially if they are foreigner, right? It's so foreign to them, so they really rely on you to do everything, even the very simplest thing like, hey, how do I pay the water bill, the bill, right? All these things, like you really take care of the details, and they really feel that, and they will remember you.
Right. Can I just clarify your story? Are you saying that you did a co-agency, and then who is the one that you said ended up referring to you? You said it was because the client of the co-agent enjoyed working with you, they refer their friends to you, or
so we have to. So some are my direct tenant, right? Some are my direct tenant. So eventually they also want to buy a house, so they look for me. So some are co-agents clients, so of course we don't bypass them. So but they know that we are working together, because what happened is that when we work with co-agent, right, co-agent will upfront tell them that, okay, they represent the tenant, and then Ashlynn represent the listing. So they know that we are working together. So when we manage to help them to secure a unit, then they refer their friend. Of course, also go through the other agent. Then the agent,
I see. Okay.
They like us, so they also know that because we have enough listing in that area, so they'll always just stick to us.
Right. I see. So it's almost like a partnership, like a co-agent partnership. You guys are just continuously doing your business together.
Yeah, so for me, co-agent partnership, it's really a big bonus. So of course, I also work with my direct tenant, buyer. Yeah, so it works both ways.
Wow, so good. And how much do you spend on your lead generation?
I think slightly on the higher side compared to Alex. About 4,000.
4,000? Okay.
A month right now at the moment.
Yeah. No, it's cool though, but you also have you said 65 closings since January.
Yeah, so 65. So of course I work very closely with my partner Jessie, and 50% of our closings actually comes from co-agent. And it's just a handful of co-agent. It's not like 30 co-agents, really like less than 10. Yeah.
Wow, amazing. It's great. So you can see the importance of having that good relationship with the co-agents, right? So that you can continue to have more business with them. So good. Okay. All right, I have another question for all three of you. Maybe we can just start with you, Ashlynn. You mentioned about keeping yourself organized. Like, do you have any tools that you use to keep yourself organized, to closing all the deals consistently?
So how do I keep myself organized is, of course, it all started with spreadsheet. I'm not gonna lie, spreadsheet is really very, actually when you do your GPS, like we are trained in KW to work on our GPS. Basically, is our business plan in 1 year. Then after that, there's also, I also break it down into 12 months, and then every quarter, every month, down to like every day, my 411, what do I do? Yeah, even though I don't really stick to that, that 411 spreadsheet, even though sometimes I just, put it in a blank sheet where, I can just organize it on my own, but I really break it down into, okay, so right now it's almost September. So September, break it down into week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Yeah, what do I need to do? Yeah, so I am very clear on my own number as well. That's how I keep things organized. And also I use, I like opportunities in KW Command. That's the part.
Okay.
I am motivated by numbers. Numbers keep me going. Yeah, so by constantly reviewing, like inspect what I expect, I know what that I need to hit in a year. And then when I break it down, and I always block my time as well to really sit down. Sometimes I can just sit down and look at it for like 1 and 2 hours, because I think like, am I really on track? Yeah.
Right.
Improve. And then I also ask myself a lot of questions, like is what I'm doing right now is a life that worth living, right? So
you ask that when you're going crazy, right? And you're like so tired.
I always do it like because there's not much distraction, right? Once I do, like probably I would say at least 2 hours. Sometimes it can go to about 4 hours, because you started to think about things and you write it down, right? You started to see some pictures, and then you start to get it organized or structured again. Yeah, I ask a lot. I think I'm quite blessed, especially for the last 2 to 3 years. I have people who really journey in me, whether in my personal life or even like people that I can bounce idea with in business. They always ask me very good question. Yeah, so that also triggered me to also started to think about, not just go through the motion and doing all the reactive work every day, but also to time block, every week to just do some reflective work. And look at your own progress, whether it's in business, your personal life, right? Yeah. So that's how I do. So basically, if you ask me the tools, I would say opportunities and spreadsheet. So it goes hand in hand. And I also love to use Google Keep as well. Like it's like a sticky note. So sometimes on the go, I like to use it because it's also very easy to move around, and it's like color, and you can put it into like checkbox. So I also love to check things. I mean,
boxes. I also like doing that. I do the same thing.
Sometimes it can get very overwhelmed, but it also kept me like focused on the things that I need to do, because like as of now, 85% of my transaction come from rental, and rental really have a lot of small little details that we need to attend.
Right. So you need check boxes to keep track.
Right, because we always have multiple inquiries, multiple like ongoing deals that we have to manage. Yeah, so definitely I cannot rely on my own brain. I need a system and tool to help me to remember what are the things that I need to do on a daily basis.
Wow. Thank you for sharing all that. It's a lot of things. I'm actually quite amazed. I didn't expect all those answers. Like, I mean, I appreciate, I'm sure we all know about KW opportunities. It's our pipeline system where we can see who's being cultivated, who's actually in doing a transaction with us, right? And we can move them along our pipeline. That one I'm sure most of us are using. I hope a lot of us are using this. Yeah. And then of course everyone uses spreadsheets and sticky notes or things like that. That's great. But I found it so interesting when you mentioned that you take time to reflect. And you mentioned that you really track, like you're really tracking even on a weekly, even on a daily basis. You're thinking ahead, what do I need to accomplish every day? How did I do? And you're looking back, you're reflecting on what you've done and what you want to do in future and whether this is all worth it. What's the meaning of all this? That's really profound, Ashlynn. Yeah. I hope everyone on the call is seeing that it's possible to do this. I think we've heard about doing this, but maybe we didn't know it could be done. And Ashlynn is actually doing it. It's very cool, very cool. I want to ask Vivian and Alex, how about you guys? How do you keep yourself organized? I know it seems like Ashlynn mentioned a lot of things already. Is there anything in addition that you would add on, or what's your experience like? Maybe Vivian, you want to share?
Okay, beside the KW comment, I'm also make use of the KW Central. I
Okay.
know this is an app for us to submitting case and then to generate the form and all for the co-agency form, AMLA form and everything. Every time when I manage to close a deal, then I will immediately open a case on the sales, under the sales there.
Okay.
So it's easy for me to keep track on all the, what is the status on each of the deal. Like, do I manage to submit the cited tenancy agreement, offer letter, what is the status on each case? Because for myself, I'm serving a lot of like tenant, like rental cases. So a lot of tiny things as what Ashley mentioned. So this is actually helped me a lot, whereby I'm still managed to have a dashboard to see what is my, personal target and all in the apps. And I find it very useful. And then the admin also can communicate with me within the app itself, like what are the things I need to submit and all. So I highly recommend everyone to use this app as well.
Nice, nice. So is it almost like your checklist in a way?
Yes. And then I also manage to see what is my total earning and all. It kind of motivate me as well.
Oh, okay. Wow. Almost like also like opportunities. That's cool. I've not even experienced Central so complete. I didn't know it can be so, it can cover so many areas. That's great to hear, Vivian. Thank you for sharing that. How about you, Alex? How do you keep yourself organized?
Yeah, I'm not as number driven and as number driven as Ashlynn yet.
Okay.
I think I still enjoy a bit of flexibility right now, but I think I need to work on that to have my GPS and all that, right? So, but one thing I'm quite proud of is really my operations, my own SOP.
Okay.
Probably something I can share a bit more.
Yeah, share.
My weapon right now that I get some compliments sometimes. So in terms of tools, I'm leveraging on the KW tools. I absolutely love KW Central, especially recently. I make use of Central for all my e-forms, send the e-signing links, submit my cases there. I use KW Activate, I've mentioned. Data Labs helps with my discussion with owners to talk about just data. KW Command, I use that to track my leads, my buyer leads especially. And not to forget, we also have this access to unlimited Google storage, right?
Oh, okay.
That helps me tremendously, because every time I shoot a tour video myself, it's high definition. I definitely have to upload it to my Google Drive. I can't see it in my phone.
Yeah.
So those are some tools in KW Activate that I use. There are other tools that I use, tech tools. So marketing side, I use Property Guru and iProperty, right? But I also make use of cross listings, so that when I post on Property Guru, it will automatically upload on iProperty.
Oh, I see.
So that saves a bit of my time.
Right.
I have my Canva with a template of my cover photos. So if you guys go check out my ads on iProperty, Property Guru, or check out my YouTube channel, you will see like my little face on all the cover photos with like a feature photo. So to save time, I have a standard.
I see, your standardized background. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And my description, I will also have a standard template. And my WhatsApp business replies, I will also have certain standard templates.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think one particular things that I can share is my tour video. Well, I'm not paying for the 360 yet, because I want to control my cost, right?
Okay.
So I just put in a bit of work to sharpen my photo shooting and video taking skill.
Mm,
So now every time after having that chat with owner on the terms in the agreement, the authorization to sell, and get some details on the property, I'll proceed to my photo taking using wide angle, iPhone preferred, and then my tour video. So I use landscape and I take it in one shot. I asked the owner to maybe step aside at the entrance. So yeah, in all my ads, you will see my tour video, which is connected to my YouTube, right? So they can already have a sense of the place before visiting, and they say, oh, it's exactly the same as the tour video. Yeah. So I've been getting a bit of compliments that my buyers or tenants say, oh, I don't see a lot of agents doing that yet.
okay.
So these are some standard
Wow.
procedure that work for me.
Well, I'm really glad I asked this question. I didn't know you will share so many amazing things, all of you. I'm excited. I think I'm excited also to hear about how you're really all using the tech. I mean, you're the tech that KW provides, and you're finding it helpful, and it's helping you to have that consistency and to have that level of service that you mentioned, right? So you don't, because I think that must be one of the biggest items is you can't drop the ball, right? You can't forget certain documents, forget to follow up on certain things. Yeah, so that's amazing that you're able to keep all of yourselves organized, and yeah, I really appreciate that. And I'm glad you're taking advantage of Google Drive. I also think that's a quite something special, right? Not many of us have access to so much storage, because this true photos and videos can be huge.
Yeah, I can't imagine leaving KW because
What are you gonna do,
like
right?
what do I do? Yeah.
There's nowhere to put it. It's like the weight of the world on your shoulders, having to carry this around. No, that's cool. That's cool. Wow. All right. I want to ask a question about what you see as your main challenges right now in your business. Yeah, maybe since I'm already talking to you, Alex, what do you feel like your main challenges in your business now, and how are you overcoming them?
I wanted to say is time, but I think it's I just need to increase my efficiency and maybe have GPS to drive my numbers. But right now I'm quite occupied with appointments. Like later today, I'll also have an appointment. So I think I need more. I need to find time to do more prospecting, planning, and analyzing my numbers and data to know what works and what would help me to increase my revenue. Yeah.
Okay. I want to just tie in. I know I have another question. I think I'll just ask you now. What is your goals for the rest of 2023? Yeah. Are you planning to continue with the same consistency, or what are your plans?
I think I plan to increase my ticket size because I know the price range in Taman Desa, the condos, they are actually pretty affordable. So if I want to increase my revenue, I'll have to increase my ticket size. And then the other one would be to still continue to have my consistent sale volume, because I think the momentum really helps in terms of confidence, especially when I see that I could do this and there's certain pattern. Okay, maybe 1 month I might not have sale or may not have one sale, but I know the following one I will probably have 2 to 3. So
good. Right. So now that you've got the system set up, you're feeling confident, you can manage everything. You're going to try and also go for higher end property. Is that what you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great to increase your bottom line. I like it. Okay, thanks. How about you, Vivian? What's your plans going forward? Yeah, and maybe you answer that one first. Yeah, what's your plan for the rest of the year?
My goals is very simple for this year. I just want to hit the volume, which is targeting to hit 100 deals by end of this year.
Whoa, awesome.
To stay consistency.
Right. How many do you have so far?
So far, I have around 50. So
okay,
another 50 to go.
All right. Yeah, that's awesome. And what do you feel is like the biggest challenge for you in doing that?
I think my challenge is same as Alex, is the time management. As you know, from showing to the client to issue offer, solving the existing client issue, water leaking, all these tiny stuff, a lot of things that we need to done in a short amount of time.
Right.
And yeah, I think this is the challenge that I'm facing now.
So how do you try to overcome this? What are you doing to try and deal with the time management problem?
I think for me, it's more like how you can prioritize your work tasks will allow you to maximize the outcome of the result. Yeah.
Okay, so by prioritizing, and I see. Interesting. Okay. I know it's hard. I think a lot of us struggle with time management. Yeah. And where to squeeze out more time, right? So we can get more things done. Yeah. Okay, let's ask Ashlynn. So what are your plans, dear, for you and Jessie for the rest of the year?
So for us is that to really get consistent, just keeping that momentum of getting consistent listing, because honestly last month, because the transaction happened so fast, and I could really feel that the inventory, our listing bank, is a bit on the critical side. Like not that up to date as much as because the stock really went by very, very fast, especially the last 2-3 months. So I think just to consistently, up that listing bank, so that when there's inquiry come, right, we don't have to, go and find listing again, because we already have that listing with us. Yeah, so definitely getting an extra pair of hands on the listing part is something that both of us are looking into. At least that's something that it's a bit on the critical side. As it also happened quite lately, because it is a good problem, I would say.
Right.
It's a good problem that we have, because honestly, what Alex and Vivian said just now, I really concurred with them. Also struggle with time and also energy management.
Wow. Right.
All right, it's so short of time, and especially what happened is that a lot of tenants that check out last month, especially, and in 2 days the new tenant have to check in. It's very short. Yeah, so I remember 2 weeks ago, within 14 days, I was checking in 7 units. Yeah, so it's all rental units. So that's tons of work for me to do. Not just driving with time, but in terms of energy as well. And then things do happen sometimes later. So as a middle person between the landlord and the tenant, so we also have to guard ourselves very well, manage both parties' expectation. Yeah, so things don't go out of your way, especially if you work with contractors. So sometimes they can be not so punctual, so that will affect your next appointment or stuff like that. So it's but thankfully, because as I said, I'm not working alone.
Right.
A hand to help. So I think that really helps to ensure that quality of service that we provide to all our clients, regardless of whether it's a big or a small deal. Yeah.
Wow, good. So what I heard you saying is actually maybe since it's getting bigger, you might actually get another person to join you. Is that what you're trying to say? Another.
Yeah, at the moment, I think at the listing side, because because that is really the lead domino to generate more inquiries and viewing, because people always look for you must have enough listing that match the client criteria. Yeah, so
that's good. So you all hear that on the call. Ashlynn might be looking for somebody in case you want to apply. No, don't overwhelm her with too many messages, okay? She don't have time. Yeah. Okay, I have Charles sending you his CV already. There you go, Charles, in the chat. Okay, I want to ask one last question before we go for announcements and then all that. But I want to ask you all, if you don't mind sharing maybe one mistake that you felt you've made along the way that you feel would be a good lesson for people to learn from. Because I think we love talking about our success, right? It feels good, and we feel good, but probably even more learning comes from mistakes and how we can fail forward, right? How we can, even though we don't fall down and don't give up, right? We try again and we keep moving forward. Yeah, so would love to hear from all of you on maybe one small mistake you've made or a big mistake that we can learn from each other. Yeah, maybe we can start with, how about we start with Vivian? Do you have anything to share?
Okay. I think for my mistake is I'm trying to serve too many clients at the same time,
Oh,
where
okay.
I overlook some of the message from my existing client.
Mm. So how do you avoid that though? How?
Yeah, I'm trying to manage it, but sometimes, when I'm doing appointment, it's very hard for me to reply, some of my existing client issue, like maybe sometimes they will have some urgent issue that's happened,
Right,
water leaking is very common. A lot of tiny things, sometimes I will overlook and then maybe like a couple of hours only I manage to reply it. And this is my mistake somehow, So I'm trying to reply as much as I can and trying to be there if you look for me. Yeah, I think
right,
this is one
right,
of my
right,
mistakes. Yeah.
right. Gosh, I think that's good sharing. Okay, how about you, Alex? Any mistake that you've made that you'd like to share about?
I think I spend too much too much time wondering sometimes, especially when things were not really working well, right? So I think I was navigating around, trying to sense what could work. So I might have, wasted some time there. So I think a takeaway is to talk to people and try to just do it, to see whether it's worth doing it. Yeah.
Wow, that's good. So instead of thinking so long, just take action, like just jump in, just do it, like you said, right? Just do it and just give it a try instead of continuously imagining and thinking if it's the best option or whatever. That's good. I think all of us can learn from that as well. Nice. Okay, how about you, Ashlynn? Any mistake you can share with us in your 7 years?
I think one thing that I really struggle to learn is to prioritize rest. I know it sounds very simple, but it's so hard, especially like, I don't know if anyone can relate to, like, especially for me, I'm actually very performance oriented, right? So driven by numbers, like trying to achieve my goal. So once I achieve it, I want more. So that sometimes it can backfire and cause me to, like, to really fall sick, physically sick, mentally also sometimes, because too stressed, you didn't rest. So it's also, I think it's also an area that there's a huge room of improvement for myself. Yeah, so what happened is that think last 3 months has been very, 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 very tight for me. Like I really struggle to find time for myself, or even, talk to people, because what I did was that the moment I wake up, reply to text and then go for viewing, and then attended to just lots of things, basically from morning until midnight. Like if my client texts me, like, late midnight, I'll also be very responsive. I recently have one client who actually told me that, oh, Ashlynn, this is from Singapore.
Oh,
So she commented, she actually that before I actually like reached out to you, because she was trying to reach out to many different agents at one go. So she said that so when she reached me and Jessie, she was like, oh, you both work like a Singaporean suite. I think it's on another side also, I'm thinking like, oh, okay, but I also sacrifice on my own side, right? Being responsive all the time. Sometimes it can be like if I'm having meal with somebody or like in a meeting, I'm there but not fully there, because my mind is probably like thinking of, oh, okay, I have another issue that I need to solve later. This is critical, something urgent coming up. So it goes on for like months. So what happened is I can really feel it, because I started to get sick more often, to the point where I really have to see doctor, and then sometimes I couldn't go out because it's really that bad. Yeah. So what happened is that I think like
your health affected.
Yes, correct. So I think that I am struggling. But thankfully this is also seasonal, I would say. It's not all the time like super peak period, but it's also something that caused me to reflect that, I work hard, definitely. I would say we both work very hard, me and my partner, but probably can be smarter, like really leverage on tools, on people, that would help. Yeah, because if like, what's the point of, like last month was our best month, but we both take turn to fall sick as well.
There's a cost to be paid.
Yeah, we're supposed to have business consult, and that dragged for like reschedule for 3 times because we all take turn to fall sick. Yeah, so I really took a break last week. Not to say that I do work at all, but probably just to take a step back and work on the business, because we are so like going on emotion of working in that business every day, right? Just go on a viewing appointment, get replying, closing. All these things is important, is essential, is what fuels for our activities. But there are also times where, you really need to take a step back. So I think this is probably the longest break that I've had for in such a long time, like 1.5 weeks. So I think like last week I spent quite a bit of time in the office, still doing some work, because after closing there's still a lot of things that you need to do. It's just that I didn't schedule any viewing last week, and I felt that it's really good for me mentally and physically. Yeah. But it's okay to take a break. Yeah.
Wow.
I think that's a challenge for me. Learn to rest, like really rest.
Wow. Wow. Thank you for sharing all that, and just sharing your true struggle with becoming so busy that it affect your health to that extent. Yeah. After hearing from all of you, right, I realized how precious is your time. So I really want to give you a heartfelt thank you for coming on Winning Mondays to share your 1.5 hours with us or so. Yeah, I really appreciate Ashlynn, Vivian, Alex. I really appreciate it so much. So, everyone who's listening on this call, I hope you also appreciate these three sharing all their their story, all their tips and tricks and their secret weapon and all that. Maybe in the next couple of minutes before I'm going to be going to announcements soon, but if you could put any appreciation message or just share what is the thing that you heard that you want to put into practice now. Maybe you heard about how they are using KW Central, or the notepads, or whatever tech tools, or how Alex is like setting up all his messages in advance and his Canva backgrounds and all that. Yeah, whatever you feel was helpful to you today, maybe you could put it in the chat just to give them some encouragement, and also so that we can learn from each other, because probably we already forgot what they said because so many things were said. So if we could have like a summary of all the whatever you heard, you just put it in the chat, then we can quickly read through and get another recap of what all their sharing was. That would be very good. Yeah, and while you're all preparing what to write in the chat, I would like to go to some announcements. All right. Okay, so the first announcement is about our regional team, the KW Malaysia. We're going to be on break 31st August and 1st September. That's this Thursday and Friday. So we'll be closed. So we will not be able to respond so quickly to you. We're going to actually take a rest. All right, next one. Right, so our Ignite class. So we're in the module 4 of our Ignite class. This is like everything you need to know to become a very successful agent. So this week, I just want to highlight, there's only 2 sessions this week. It's session 17 and session 18. So session 17 is make and receive offers with Peter Steck, and 18 negotiate offers with Chan Ai Cheng. Guys, these are really, really, really good sessions. So I really hope it doesn't matter if you're a rookie or you've been in the business for 10 years, 20 years, you will get something out of this, especially Ai Cheng's session. If you have not been before, it's very special. It's got big fire. So that's this Tuesday and Wednesday, the 2 sessions. This is in Reedfield, Puchong. So if you want to sign up, just sign up at the link here in the chat. That'll be great. Okay, KW Cares. So we've been we launched this last year, I think. Yeah. Anyway, I don't remember when we launched this, but it's going strong, and now we are able to help those agents and their family members who are in need. So if you have a need, or someone in your family has a need, either a very bad illness or some kind of emergency, please contact us and fill out the forms, and we'll get back in touch with you and see if we can support you in whatever way we can. can. All right, great. Next slide. Yes, so client touch points. This is another tool that you can use for blasting out on KW Activate or just keeping in touch with your database. You can go to Circle and download, search for touch points, and you can just screenshot the pictures and then personalize them and send them out. It's just ready and waiting for you. Nice designs done by our own in-house team. All right, next one. Yeah, so Flagship Market Center happenings. Okay, this week is different, guys, something different this week. So today there's no session in Daman Mall. And on Thursday, the office will be closed, FYI, but Friday is open, FYI, it's open on Friday. So it means that Thursday, there's no the power hour and the tech training this Thursday. So no session this Thursday. And there's also no session on Tuesday, KW Central Day, because, next slide, Tuesday is Project Open Day, guys. This is like the biggest event of the year. You've got to come for this event. It doesn't matter if you're in Puchong or whatever, just come for this event. It's going to be non-stop project briefings the whole day. There's going to be a lot of presentations here. We see Tony Ong and Rina Zabar, Carrie Lee, Bing Char. They're going to be sharing important stuff that you will want to hear. There's even going to be lucky draw and refreshments. This is from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. in Flagship Market Center. So come see what you can get involved in, how you can, add additional income to yourself by selling some of these projects. All right, so please sign up, please sign up. Okay, and now additionally, that's right, CDP renewal is the following week on 6th September. There's a tenancy agreement. So if you need to do your CDP, please sign up for that. It's right in Flagship Market Center. And we have Power Hour. The following week is going to be on Thursday. It's going to be a legal and tax series. We're going to have Adrian Yo coming to give you some important information. So you should come for that, plan for that. Okay, also really important, this 9th September, it's a Saturday, there's an auction seminar, 11 a.m. It's for Boomi investors or buyers. You just bring your people, you bring your guests, and Lelang boy Gordon will take care of them. Okay, he will wow them and amaze them and show them all the great deals they can get, and hopefully they will desire to buy some auction properties for you, and there will be more income for you as well. So please come for this event. All right. And okay, Refield Puchong, this is what's happening. So just right after this session, you guys they're going to have a KW agent site and consumer app session for technology, right? So if you're in Puchong, head on over right now. If you get in the car, you're not too late. You start at 10:30, only 20 minutes from now. You can get your agent site up and learn how to use the consumer app to leverage with your customers. All right, next one. Yes, so also on Thursdays from 2 to 4 p.m., they have a career talk every time where you can send all your friends, neighbors, relatives that maybe want to also get into Reapfield and join the KW and also have this rookie experience, of closing a lot of deals. So please, you can sign them up and they can connect with Ray Chua to come for this career talk. And also they can also join the coaching program that he has, where he will do consultation and weekly sessions, and he will give a lot of support. I know people have been doing well under Ray's guidance. So hope you can all sign up for that in Refill Puchong. Okay, our last 3 slides. This one is for Alex. One day you will buy, one day you will sign up for KW 360 Plus, and then you don't have to use your time to do your own scan, right? You can get someone else to do the scan for you, and it's super high quality, very, very high quality, only 68 ringgit to do a whole apartment. Yeah, so please come and check this out at kw360plus.com. All right, next one. We have our data labs, which Alex also mentioned. This is only 49 ringgit a month. This is really a must-have for any agent so that you can find out all the past transactions and give the most up-to-date information to your clients. All right, on pricing, last one. And we have KW Activate, which I know a lot of you are using. So it's our special WhatsApp blasting tool. It's 199 ringgit per month. For sending about, I think, 3,000 messages. Yeah, but there's a lot more services than just the blasting. So please check it out at kwactivate.com. There's a 14-day free trial for all those who want to check it out for the first time. All right, so let's come back to our guests. Yay, all right. Hope you guys didn't fall asleep during the announcement. Okay, I'd love to hear one closing word from each of you. Maybe we start with Alex. Yeah, what's just something you want to just leave with the audience, some encouraging word or something inspiring, whatever, it's up to you. Yeah.
I'll try to be as inspiring as I can. I think one thought I have is that result comes from mindset plus hard work. Mindset, I think, is to focus and also have strategy for what works. But also when it comes to motivation, you need to know that sometimes it's not your fault, it's the market. There's a cycle every year. So to keep that same mindset, so that you are prepared when the good time comes.
Right.
Then the hard work, I think I really like this phrase from Jonathan Lee: quality is in the quantity.
Nice.
It's always a number game, probability for conversion. So you just need to have consistently enough appointments. I mean, you can improve on the conversion rate and all that later, but at least have appointments, have the numbers, then you have a chance to convert.
Right. Get the numbers, get your listings up there. That's so good. Thank you so much, Alex. Appreciate that. Okay, Vivian, what do you have to share?
I'm still very new to hear from everything, but I do agree with Alex, what Alex mentioned. Yeah, having a good attitude and mindset is very important, and self-discipline as well, because this job is something not like my previous job, office job, corporate, that kind of a job. No one is actually here to guide you, or no one actually here to say you have to finish all these kind of tasks. So self-discipline is playing a very big role here. Yeah.
Right. Nice. Good one. Self-discipline. I think that's super key to having a consistent, if you want a consistent business, you have to have this. Definitely. So good. Ashlynn, what's your final words?
For me, I would say really have your GPS so that you have clarity on what you want to achieve, know your big why. And of course, along the journey also, don't need to be so hard on yourself. It's okay to fail forward. And I think most importantly is that do not carry the burden on our own. Like in KW, in Whitfield, there's a lot of resources that we can reach out to, a lot of people. So yeah, so I think that really helps. For me, I try to have, at least business consult once a month with our coach in the market center, just into the business and see whether I'm on track. Because for ourselves, we don't know, right? We need someone who is ahead of the journey, or who is wiser to actually help us in our business as well. So I think because also we are meant for, we are built for a community. Yeah, so I think there's a lot of things that we don't need to carry on our own or just keep to ourselves. I think I like there's reason why I stick to this company for 7 years, because over here it's not so much about the transaction, but it's because of the relationship that I have built. Even with the admin, with the kakak Wani, even though sometimes I see people in the office, I see Mariah, I will just give you a hug. I think that also helps. Sometimes I'm just a bit tense, right? Yeah, but that also helps. Just a simple hi. I think just keep ourselves in a community, have people to bounce idea with, learn from each other. I think that really helps.
So good, so good. Let's don't do it alone. Yeah, we are here for each other. Definitely, we want to support all of you as much as we can. I'm big on hugs. If you like hugs, come. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Thank you so much, Ashlynn, Vivian, Alex. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your open sharing. Really appreciate you guys and wish the best for you guys moving forward. Yeah. And thank you to everyone who's on the call today. Thank you for sticking around. And I hope you got something out of this call. And I will hope you have a good week. And I'll see you all next week on Winning Mondays. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.